It was 408 days ago that the Brown women's lacrosse team upset 23rd ranked Virginia Tech here at Stevenson-Pinson's Field. And now the Bears are getting back at it again as they take on the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our broadcast of Brown women's lacrosse. Man, it seems like so long ago. It's been over a year since this team took the field, and how excited these young ladies are to be suiting up once again and playing a game tonight against UMass Lowell. My name is Scott Cardisci. Glad you could join us here on YouTube for our live stream of this game. We are just about set to get underway. Our opening draw taking place in the center circle. Mason Warble will take it for the Bears against Izzy LaQuarrie for UMass Lowell. And the draw control goes to the Riverhawks, and we are underway. UMass Lowell in their road royal blue uniforms with the white numerals and the red trim, and the Bears in their home white jerseys with the brown numerals and the brown trim. Beautiful night here in Providence, Rhode Island. Temperatures right now in the 60s as the Bears play their first game of the 2021 season. As we mentioned, they last played on March 11th of 2020, and what an exciting game that was as UMass Lowell gets on the scoreboard first. A goal there by Molly Shaw to put the Riverhawks up 1-0. Last time the Brown women's lacrosse team took the field again on that date, March 11, 2020, it was the last Ivy League sports contest before athletics were completely shut down by the Ivy League due to the COVID pandemic. And what a game it was for the Brown Bears. As I mentioned, a 13-11 upset win over 23rd ranked Virginia Tech. In that game, Risa Mosenthal had 5 goals. Erin Tucker with 11 saves for the Bears in that exciting win. And this time Warble controls the draw for the Bears as they have possession. She takes it across the restraining line, and now the Bears are going to work it around, although that pass is deflected, and the Riverhawks come up with a turnover. Bringing it back the other way is Caroline Klim. UMass Lowell trying to clear, but the Bears doing a great job defensively of not allowing that as Mosenthal put on the pressure, and she forces the turnover. Here come the Bears back the other way. DeRosa takes it inside the 12-meter fan, now takes it back outside and over to the right side. Mosenthal goes behind the goal to Maggie Fowler, and now they swing it up top to Mosenthal. Now on the right side, here's Igneri with it. Igneri surveys the scene from the right side, now gets it behind the cage to Fowler. Fowler circles around from behind, dishes out front, shot, score! Maddie Joyce puts the Bears on the board, and we're all even at a goal apiece. Joyce, the freshman from Darien, Connecticut, her first career goal, and we're tied 1-1. Head coach Keely McDonald, Brown class of 2000, in her 17th season leading the Brown women's lacrosse program. And a few weeks ago, the team named captains for the 2021 season. Allison Lanzone, one of the captains, along with Maggie Fowler and Erin Schaefer. And now Mason Warble once again will head into the center circle for the draw against Izzy LaQuarrie. LaQuarrie, quite a player for UMass Lowell, leads the team with 33 goals and 38 points. UMass Lowell comes in with a record of 4-7. They play out of the America East Conference, 3-5 in league play this spring. Ground ball, Warble trying to scoop it up. It's loose, and she will gain possession. 1-1 the score here with 11:14 to go in the first. On the left side, Mosenthal has it. Brings it inside the 12-meter. Now gets it on behind to Maggie Fowler. Fowler kicks it out on the right side to DeRosa. Sophia takes it inside the 8-meter. Now kicks it back behind to Fowler. And Fowler whips it out top. And it's a turnover on the Bears. Here comes UMass Lowell the other way. Riley Kelly quickly up the pitch. Nice centering pass out front. Low shot and a score there by Anna Bowder. Anna Bowder scores, puts UMass Lowell up 2-1. For Bowder, her 13th goal of the season. UMass Lowell leading Brown. It's been kind of a back and forth contest here early on between these two teams. Once again, Mason Warble comes on to take the draw against LaQuarrie. LaQuarrie with 60 draw controls to lead the Riverhawks in that category this year. For the Bears, this is their first game of the 2021 season. Of course, the Ivy League canceled the spring sports season. But Brown, because they handled the pandemic so well, allowed its teams to schedule competitions against teams within a certain radius of the Brown campus. And this is the first for the Brown women's lacrosse team. The men's team last Friday night went to Boston University and beat the Terriers in an impressive performance in that one. So here's Maggie Fowler with it for the Bears. They circle it around and get it out top to DeRosa. Now Sophia slowly surveys the scene outside of the 12-meter fan. Whips it across on the left. Now making a move there is Rucker. Behind they go. Here's Fowler. Now Mason with it. Gets it up front. Shot, score! I didn't catch that from there. It looked like it may have been Sophia Rucker with the goal. Yep, Rucker scores the goal. The freshman midi from Wilmette, Illinois. Went to Loyola Academy, and she ties the game at 2 for the Bears. So both Brown scores tonight by first-year players. Maddie Joyce and Sophia Rucker. 2-2 with 8:08 to go here in the first. Well, once again, it's Warble and LaQuarrie. And Warble controls the draw this time for the Bears. Mason doing a nice job in that center circle here to start this game off. Bears with possession. Fowler behind, kicks it out in front, but the pass a little bit too far out in front of Paracella, but the Bears able to scoop it up. DeRosa has it outside of the 12-meter fan. Now Fowler swings it around on the left-hand side to Mosenthal. Back up top, DeRosa. Sophia tries to make her move from up top. Now gets it back on the left-hand side. And back up it goes to Camphausen. Camphausen shot is blocked. She goes to try to scoop it up. It goes out. Last touch by UMass Lowell. The Bears will maintain possession. They'll put it back in play. Here's Paracella. Out in front. Shot. Score! So the Bears take their first lead of the game on the goal by Paracella. 3-2 Brown, 6:38 to go here in the first. Paracella, the junior from Chatham, New Jersey, had 14 goals, 4 assists for a total of 18 points in the shortened season of a year ago. The Bears in 2020 finished with a record of 4-3 before the pandemic shut sports down in the Ivy League and across the country. 3-2 Brown, opening quarter. Warble and LaQuarrie in the center circle. behind the draw controlled again by Warble. Doing a fantastic job of the draw controls tonight is Mason. Now the Bears get it inside the restraining line, and here they go, setting up on offense. Up top with it, Igneri. Igneri runs to the right. Gets it behind to Paracella. Paracella looking to feed it up top, does to Mosenthal. Here's Risa, makes a move to her left, inside the 8-meter. Dodges between two defenders, shoots and scores! Risa Mosenthal with their first of the game, and the Bears take a 4-2 lead. Mosenthal last season led the team with 19 goals. She had 1 assist for a total of 20 points, but those 19 goals and 20 points led the team last season. 4-2 Bears. You know, it's unfortunate the Bears didn't get to play a full season this year. They return 11 of their top 12 scorers from a season ago. The only one that graduated was senior Casey Williams. Coach McDonald's team was definitely one to look out for in the Ivy League this year. Bears control once again. Here's Schaefer with it. She loses it, picked up by the Riverhawks, but I think they're going to call a foul, and the Bears will get it back. Here's Sophia DeRosa. She had 15 goals last year for the Bears. Very talented junior. Joyce gets it behind. Now the feed out up top. Whip it back behind to Fowler. Fowler behind the cage. Gets it over on the left to Mosenthal. Risa makes her move. Gets it back behind to Maggie. Fowler gets it up top to Joyce. Now to Sophia DeRosa. DeRosa inside the 12. Spins. Takes it inside the 8. Thought about shooting. Now dishes. Shot. Score. What a feed there by Sophia DeRosa. Finds an open Maggie Fowler, who puts it in the cage. And the Bears now lead it 5-2. 3 unanswered for Brown. Bears trailed. Actually, make that 4 unanswered. The Bears trailed this game 2-1, so 4 straight goals for Brown in this one. And a big part of that has been Mason Warble controlling those draws and getting the Bears those possessions. 5-2 Brown, 2:43 to go here in the first. This time UMass Lowell able to come up with a possession off the draw control. Here's Hannah Castor with it. Castor takes it all the way behind and gets it to Brockbank. Brockbank dishes it out in front, and a nice save there made by Erin Tucker. Tucker's first save of the night for the Bears. The junior from Centerport, New York. She had a .438 save percentage last season, played all 7 games between the pipes, and a 10.30 goals against average. Bears will try to clear, and they do. For those of you tuning in, maybe not quite familiar with the women's lacrosse terminology, it's different from the men's game. The clear is getting it from your defensive third or restraining line into your offensive third across that restraining line. Here's Sophia DeRosa inside the 12-meter. Gets it on the left side to Risa Mosenthal. Takes it out in front. Back to DeRosa. DeRosa inside the 8. Goes to her left. Bounces the shot, but that one is saved by the Riverhawks. Good stop there by Jillian Schumacher. And now UMass Lowell able to clear. We're under a minute to go here in the first. Brown 5, UMass Lowell 2. Riverhawks lose possession, but they're going to call a foul, and it's going to be a free position here for Abby McLaughlin. So McLaughlin will have one at point-blank range on Aaron Tucker. When the whistle blows, here she goes. She shoots it low and scores. Abby McLaughlin, 15th goal of the season for UMass Lowell. And she pulls the Riverhawks to within 2. It's 5-3 Brown. Not much that Aaron Tucker could do on that one. You know, much like the Brown men's team last Friday night at Boston University, the women's team, for not having played an actual game in more than a year, looks pretty crisp, looks pretty sharp. As the final seconds tick off the clock here in the first, and that will do it for the first quarter. 1 quarter of lax in the books here at Brown University, and the score, the Brown Bears 5 and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks 3. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Gabby Sartori. I'm a sophomore attacker on the women's lacrosse team, and I'm ready for Tuesday's TED. Beating Virginia Tech before the season was canceled was bittersweet because it was definitely our best game of the season, but sadly our last. The pre-pandemic thing I miss the most is going to concerts or movie theaters. Best thing about living on Long Island, sunsets, Ralph's Italian Ice, and of course Long Island bagels. Best ferry, Port Jefferson or Orient Point. Port Jeff because it's 5 minutes from my house. Things I like the most about Brown, how it's in the city of Providence, and definitely the people I've met and continue to meet each year. Favorite spot on Thayer Street, gotta be Blue State. Favorite sport besides lacrosse, basketball. I've played it my whole life until college and still love beating my brothers in pickup games. Any New Year's resolutions, to procrastinate less and do random acts of kindness. Hobby I enjoy the most, watching NBA games. I'm a big Celtics fan. And teammate I text the most with, my fellow Long Islander, Casey Hearns.
Back at Brown University Center for Lacrosse and Soccer, Scott Cardisci with you. The Brown women's lacrosse team leading UMass Lowell 5-3 as we get set for second quarter action to begin. Pretty good first quarter showing for the Brown Bears for a team that has not played in 408 days. As we mentioned, the last time they were on the field was here at home, the final Ivy League athletic contest before the pandemic shut everything down. A thrilling 13-11 win over nationally ranked Virginia Tech. You know, tip of the cap to Lisa Miller, the first-year coach for UMass Lowell, for agreeing to schedule this game as well. For those who don't know, Lisa Miller, the former women's lacrosse coach at Harvard from 2007 to 2018. Before that, she actually started the Syracuse women's lacrosse program, where she was the head coach from 1996 through 2007. But before she went to Syracuse to start that women's program, she was an assistant here at Brown University from 1994 through 1996. But you know, with her team in the midst of league play, they have Vermont on Saturday on the road. It was nice of her to agree to schedule this game against Coach McDonald and the Brown Bears, as these young ladies here at Brown were just itching for some competition, and they're getting it here tonight. Start of the second quarter, Brown 5, UMass Lowell 3. Mason Warble once again will take the draw in center circle against Izzy LaQuery. Warble did a pretty good job winning a majority of the draw controls in the first. Ball up in the air and ground ball. And the Bears come up with it. Nice job there by Sophia Rucker to pick it up. Bears with possession here as we start the second in a 2-goal lead. Fowler circles around from the left, now gets it back behind to Mosenthal. Mosenthal surveys the scene, now gets it out top where they find DeRosa. DeRosa gets it to Igneri. Igneri whips it back on the right side to Sartori. Gabby gets it back up top to Rucker. Rucker swings it on the left. DeRosa makes her move. Shut off. Backs it back out and gets it up top this time to Paracella. Paracella on the right side to Rucker. Rucker behind the goal to Risa Mosenthal. Check that. That is Gabby Sartori, number 9. We get a foul here on UMass Lowell, so free position here for Gabby Sartori, the sophomore. You just saw during the break Gabby Sartori's Tuesday's 10, answering 10 questions. Bears again with possession. Nice move there. Ooh, we're going to have a free position here and a nice open look for Sophia Rucker. So Rucker was fouled. Let's see what she can do with it. The freshman already has 1 goal tonight on the whistle. Play will start. Rucker makes her move out in front and loses it. And we're going to get a foul once again on UMass Lowell and another free position for Sophia Rucker. Rucker with a better angle this time. Should get a good look on the whistle. Rucker makes the move, shoots, and scores. Second goal for the first-year Midi, Sophia Rucker. And she puts the Bears up 6-3 with 12.5 to go here in the second. When I see Wilmette, Illinois, and Loyola Academy, for Brown Athletic fans, you think of one family. You think of the Sullivan family. The 3 Sullivan boys that played for the Brown men's basketball program. Hail from Wilmette, Illinois, and went to Loyola. And what an impact they had on the Brown men's basketball team. All of them captains, many of them multi-year captains for the Bears. Warble, another draw control for the Bears, and another possession. You cannot underestimate how important it is to win those draws because it just means more possessions for your team, more opportunities to score, and Mason Warble has done a terrific job in the center circle for the Bears here tonight. Kate Barrett comes well out of the net and plays the ball ahead to Allison Lanzone. Lanzone gets it behind to Fowler. Fowler looking out front now, comes out, loses it, and it's scooped up by Madison Grizzetti. Here come the Riverhawks back the other way, trying to clear. They do. Here's McLaughlin. Her pass behind goes over and out. Natalie Choate couldn't come up with it. Bears come up with a turnover. 6-3 Brown, 10:43 to go here in the second. Now the Bears try to clear. And they do. Good job there by Lydia Bongiorno. And she'll come off for a replacement as Caitlin Igneri comes in with the Bears on the attack. DeRosa controls up top for Brown. Now whips it on the right-hand side. And they get it behind a Fowler. All the way around the circle they go. Here's Paracella with it. Behind a Fowler once again. Out in front, and her pass is picked off on the play there by Caitlin Tobin. Now the Riverhawks try to clear. And they do. UMass Lowell on the attack, trailing Brown by 3, 6-3 with 9:40 to go here in the second. A shot and a nice save there by Kate Barrett. The senior goalie comes up with a big stop for the Bears, her first of the night. You had Aaron Tucker between the pipes in the first. Kate Barrett here in the second. Lanzone with the clear for Brown. Gets the pass up ahead to Maddie Joyce. Joyce takes it over on the left-hand side. They go behind now to Gabby Sartori. Sartori gets it on the right side to Paracella. Up top it goes to Igneri. Nice cut to the goal there, but the shot was blocked and the ground ball comes out where it is scooped up by Sofia DeRosa. And that shot did get in on goal, so they reset the shot clock. So the Bears are going to get a little more time. 80 on the shot clock for the Bears. DeRosa on the right wing. Whips it up top to Maddie Joyce. Joyce takes it in on the left. Shut off. So she circles it back out and up top. Joyce gets it to Paracella. Paracella dodges to the right. Centering pass out front. Shot. Score. Mosenthal, second of the game. And the Bears now lead it by 4, 7-3 Brown. Bears doing a great job of moving the ball around offensively. Real crisp with their execution here early on, and they have a 4-goal lead, 7-3 over UMass Lowell. We mentioned Keely McDonald, Brown class of 2000, in her 17th season as head coach here at her alma mater. Her assistants are Brian Schneider in his 6th season and Gabby Jekwith in her 5th season for the Bears. Warble will try to win another one for the Bears in the center circle, and she does. Well, they're going to call her for a push. They'll give it to UMass Lowell. I'm going to say she used the body to gain possession. I tell you, Warble can use her size, her height. She's got a long reach to gain possession of those draw controls. 7-3 Brown, UMass Lowell with possession. Riverhawks get it up top to McLaughlin. McLaughlin passes across on the left to Palermo. Palermo back on the right side to McLaughlin. McLaughlin behind the cage to Natalie Choate. Choate centering pass up top and taking it back out of traffic there is Hannah Rose. Rose gets it to Palermo. Now the pass on the right side deflected but scooped up on the ground ball by McLaughlin. 35 on the shot clock for the Riverhawks. Being very patient, moving it around. Out in front, that shot goes just high and wide by Palermo. UMass Lowell, they reset the shot clock. I didn't think that got on net. Did it deflect off of it? Okay, they're going to call that a save for Kate Barrett. She got a piece of it. Brown 7, UMass Lowell 3. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Palermo out in front, shoots it low. Barrett with a save. Barrett's come up big between the pipes for the Bears tonight. Now the Bears will try to clear, and they do. DeRosa with it up top. Softly passes it to Rucker. Rucker gets it behind to Caputo. Now Mosenthal. Back up top it goes to DeRosa. Sophia inside the 12. The 8 to her left. Circles back out. And whips it up top to Igneri. Caitlin. Makes the move to the right of one defender. Now circles back to her left, back to the right, and behind the cage to Caputo. Caputo, centering pass, a little bit high, but scooped up there by Rucker. Out in front, that shot goes high and out, but the Bears were closest to it. They'll keep possession with 16 on the shot clock. 10 on the shot clock now as DeRosa is going to wind up from out top. 8, 7, 6. Now Mosenthal. And the Bears are going to turn it over with 1 second on the shot clock unless they say the shot clock had wound down to 0. So UMass Lowell will come up with a Brown turnover. They're having trouble clearing it. Great job defensively there by Mosenthal, just harassing the UMass Lowell player and forcing the turnover. And now the Bears have numbers back the other way. Here's DeRosa to her left, shoots and scores. First goal of the night for Sophia DeRosa, who had 15 goals a year ago, and the Bears lead at 8-3. But I'll tell you what, credit Risa Mosenthal for that one because she forced the turnover as UMass Lowell was trying to clear. I'll tell you what, we got a pretty good crowd looking on from the parking lot next to the facilities building here at Brown. Of course, these games not open to fans, but that hasn't stopped. I'm assuming that might be the men's lax team, but I'm not sure, from gathering and peeking in over the fence at this game. 8-3, Brown leads it. And the draw controlled once again by the Bears. Scooping it up is Camphausen. Now DeRosa has it up top for the Bears. Sophia waits for her teammates to join her in the attacking zone. Gets it to Caitlin Igneri. Igneri on the right. Behind they go to Mosenthal, and now to Hagerup. Mosenthal gets it back. Takes it out in front, shoots high and scores. Boy, Mosenthal's look good tonight. That's a hat trick for her. And the Bears now lead it 9-3. Oh, the Brown Bears playing very well here tonight. This is so reminiscent of the men's game again last Friday night at Boston University. You really didn't know what to expect, having not played a competitive game for that long. And the men looked so sharp in their win over the Terriers last Friday up at Nickerson Field in Boston, Massachusetts. And tonight you can say the same about this Brown women's team. They look good. Minute to go here in the second. And this time the draw. Who's going to control it? The ground ball, and they're going to give it to the Bears. So Bears with a chance to add one before the half. They lead it 9-3 on UMass Lowell here at the beautiful Center for Lacrosse and Soccer. We'll talk more about this beautiful, newly updated facility a little bit later on tonight. UMass Lowell comes up with a turnover, and now they'll get a shot here with 13 seconds to go. Ooh, but they turn it over. And there to pick it up is Mosenthal. Centering pass out front, and shot, score! Maggie Fowler, with 3 seconds to go before halftime, makes it 10-3 Brown. Second goal of the game for Maggie. And what a first half it was for this Brown women's lacrosse team. 10-3 is your score. Not quite sure how they're going to handle halftime here and what the situation is they have 10 minutes on the scoreboard clock, so looks like they'll take a little bit of an intermission before we get things going in quarter number 3. During the halftime break, we're going to show you a couple of videos. One, a coach's corner with Brown women's lacrosse coach Keely McDonald. Another is junior goalie Erin Tucker. It was National Student Athlete Day on April the 6th, and Brown Athletics celebrated that throughout the month of April. And Erin Tucker talks about what it means to be at Brown during that video as well. Enjoy these 2 videos, and we'll be back with third quarter action right after this.
Hi, my name is Keely McDonald. I'm the head women's lacrosse coach here at Brown University, and welcome to Coach's Corner. This is my opportunity to go through the Virginia Tech game, or at least a few highlights of our game plan and what we did and how we achieved that awesome win. Few of our keys for the Virginia Tech game were extreme poise with the ball. I'm going to rewind a little bit, and you can see Risa being doubled initially. And so we talked about poise. Virginia Tech plays a really unique zone where they have kind of a rover up top who does a lot of the doubling. So we had to handle that pressure. But what you'll see is if we do handle the pressure with poise and move the ball twice, a pretty nice opening happens for Elena at the crease. I'll rewind and show you a little bit more. Risa being doubled up top, the slide goes, she hits Kelsey, a nice little dump pass, and Elena finishes really well under pressure. So I think that to be one of our first possessions was a nice start to the game. Elena pushes the ball, Fowler's going to take her kick cut, Risa holds, and then she's open for that pass. It all happens very quickly, but what you'll notice is actually a double cut on the back side as Elena is pushing the ball from out of bounds. Fowler did a nice job recognizing that almost instinctually, and that let Risa be open. Risa held too. Sometimes holding your cut is really effective to create the space, and then Elena could see her really well. That was a beautiful shot too. Similar to what I talked about in the first play, this is Risa feeling really comfortable, grabbing the double team, no problem, handling the pressure, and then looking for her options out of the double team. Good speed with Elena coming around, a skip pass to Casey. Casey handling the double team, same concept, moving the ball twice, looking at the backside, Kelsey's wide open. And Elena finishes. The actual lead up to that shot by Kelsey is textbook, handling the pressure, moving the ball twice, whether that's out of a 2-pass or a skip, and then looking to the backside is exactly what, it couldn't have been executed more perfectly. So some nice passing work up top. Casey engages the D a little. The Virginia Tech slides. Elena sees her opening. They overplayed Fowler a little bit out so that the slide wasn't there. And Fowler did a nice job looking for the ball. So you'll see here's Fowler. Elena will receive it down here. Mia does a nice job occupying in the middle. Emmy's running our play on the backside. Fowler occupies, and then Elena sneaks in and gets a great shot off. So that was a complete 7-person effort because everyone's running what they're supposed to be running up top so that that opening can happen. What the defense did exceptionally well this game was make adjustments. So Virginia Tech in this game kept running the same things, and then our defense initially got burned a little bit, and then we made adjustments as the game went on, especially in the second half. Good help there by Torres. And again, just steady play. You see Fryer covering too low, and she is there to get the GB. It's another offensive set. That's Mia with the ball. So this is what we worked a bit on those 2 days before, is just having the accuracy of our skip passes. Those lacrosse coaches out there, skip passes, there has to be that exact arc to them for them to be successful. What's nice is Claire then dumps it to Elena, and she would have been wide open for that shot, but they did call shooting space ahead. So Claire, one of our top shooters on the 8, ideal spot. You'll notice too, as Claire's getting set up, all of our other players are getting set up on the 8-meter as well, so that Virginia Tech doesn't know whether it's a passing play or Claire's going to take it in herself. We always have both options every single time we're on the 8-meter. It's a great low finish against a very strong Virginia Tech goalie. And that was a great start for us to the game. And then we had some beautiful plays. And then the second half was a nice way to secure the win. To be able to prepare so quickly for Virginia Tech, I think just speaks to Coach Brian, Coach Gabby, Coach Eileen's kind of focus on making sure the players are ready. And there was an additional emotional aspect to this game. The players did know ahead of time that this was their last game. So, coaches preach all the time, play like it's your last, it's the last time, be grateful for what you have. But I think there was no better true embodied experience of playing this is your last game than actually knowing it is your last game together with that group of people. So there was an extra element of aggression and fight and just relentlessness that translated to the plate.
The Bears knock off the 23rd ranked Virginia Tech Hokies 13-11 and storm their netminder Aaron Tucker, who had a heck of a final 15 minutes here today, Dan.
Well, thank you for watching Coach's Corner with me, and hopefully you learned a little bit more about Brown Lacrosse. And please continue to follow us on Brown W Lax on Instagram, and we will be posting.
I think the Brown experience in itself is very unique, but to be able to compete both academically and athletically was a huge part of the reason I wanted to come here. For me, the unique experience of being an engineer and in athletics, that kind of gives me more of a focus on not being an athlete and being a regular student in the class. So I think that's super helpful. And I think other than that, I want to go to med school. So I know I've been preparing super hard for that, which puts more of a focus on not being an athlete rather than being an athlete. I think being a goalie, you're kind of under some high pressure situations. You're not exactly sure what's going on all the time, this and that. But I think overall that makes me very composed. I can't get very high after a save. I can't get super low after I let in a goal. And I think that really relates to my life and the fact that, especially now, if I get a bad grade on an exam, I kind of just have that mentality of, okay, we'll do better on the next one. I don't really try to hang on to the bad stuff too much. And I try not to hang on to the good stuff too much either, because I know that life is always changing if this past year hasn't really taught us anything else. But you have to just keep putting one foot forward or one foot in front of the other. And that's kind of the way that you get through life. And there's going to be some great moments, and I'm excited to celebrate those, just like I would celebrate a win or celebrate a great save or anything like that. But you have to keep looking forward to the next thing. And I think lacrosse has been a huge role in that. We joke about short-term memory loss as goalies, and you just have to move on to the next shot or the next save. And I think that definitely applies to my life. And moving forward, I think it will apply more generally to a lot of people's lives as this pandemic continues. Other than that, I think being part of a team is just a great life skill to have. And I think specifically lacrosse gave me that, because as a goalie, you're kind of in an isolated position in itself because you're one of a kind. There's not a ton of people who are like you. And I think problem for any kind of engineering feature, and you're going to have to work with all different kinds of engineers to do that. So that's a great skill that I hope to take forward with me. I'm so thankful for the opportunity that Brown has given me. I honestly never thought I would be in this position. I always knew I was a smart person, a decent athlete, but Brown has given me so many opportunities to expand my horizons more than I ever thought would be possible. I never thought I would be working in an engineering lab designing my own experiments, but here I am doing exactly that. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity that has come out of being a student athlete.
Hope you enjoyed those great videos with Aaron Tucker and Keely McDonald. Scott Cardisci back here at Brown University Center for Lacrosse and Soccer. We're set for second half action to begin. Brown leading UMass Lowell in women's lacrosse by the score of 10-3. Mason Warble and Izzy LaQuarrie will take the draw for their respective teams, with the Bears leading by 7. Lights are on here at Stevenson-Pinsent Field. UMass Lowell will control the draw this time, and the Riverhawks on the attack. Brockbank with it. Brings it out in front. Now dishes up top. And they get it to Caitlin Tobin. Tobin swings it on the right-hand side to Laundrie. And now they go back behind to Brockbank. Brockbank takes it around on the left. Up top to Notarangelo. She passes it on the right to Tobin. Tobin, shut off, has her pass deflected. It's a ground ball. Who's going to come up with it? Bears do. But let's see. They may give this back to UMass Lowell. They will. It's going to be a free position here for the Riverhawks. Jamie Notarangelo, the freshman from nearby Foxborough, about a half hour north here of Providence, takes it and loses. And they're going to call that a foul. And again, another free position here for Notarangelo. And this will be a good scoring opportunity for her. She's going to have it point blank range, takes it in, shoots, and it is saved by Erin Tucker. So Tucker stands tall to the challenge, and the Bears come up with possession. And now they attempt to clear. Emma Polo has it. Gets it up ahead to Michaela McCarthy. And the Bears do clear. Paracella with it. Passes it on the right. McCarthy loses the ground ball, and UMass Lowell will come up with possession. Turnover on the Bears. So apparently the agreement between the two coaches in this was they are playing running time, 15-minute quarters, but the time is running. And they are not stopping it for any whistles whatsoever. 10-3, Brown leading, and UMass Lowell shoots and scores. Molly Shaw with her second of the night. The sophomore from Marshfield, Mass. Pulls the Riverhawks to within 6. It's 10-4 Brown. Shaw with 19 goals on the season coming in, so with her 2 tonight, give her 21. And a total of 24 points on the season. She also has 3 assists. 10-4 Brown, 11.5 to go here in the third. Center circle again for Warble and LaQuarrie. And Warble can't come up with it, but the Bears are able to. Sophia Rucker scoops up the ground ball. Rucker's pass deflected, but right back to her, where she scoops it up again inside the restraining line. Bears with possession and a 6-goal lead with under 11 to go here in the third. Paracella passes it over on the right-hand side to Mosenthal. Mosenthal goes behind the cage. Now losing it and scooping it back up and losing it again, but scooping it up is Marciano. She was bumped, so she'll get the restart. Marciano gets it back. Now Paracella trying to make her move. She loses possession. Scooped up by the Riverhawks, Caitlin Tobin. Turnover on the Bears. Riverhawks come up with it. They attempt to clear and do. UMass Lowell had numbers, but the Bears do a good job of hurrying back on defense. Riverhawks trying to penetrate that Brown D. Laundrie Gets it behind the cage, taking it out in front. Brockbank now backs it out once again and back behind the net. Brockbank's pass out top, a little bit too high for Hannah Rose to control, but going back out to scoop it up is Caitlin Tobin. Now Laundry with it. Spins to her right, shoots just wide. But there to pick it up is UMass Lowell. There's a shot and another save there by Erin Tucker. Both Tucker and Barrett have played well for the Bears tonight in goal. We approach 9 minutes to go here in the third. Brown 10, UMass Lowell 4. Riverhawks with possession. And we got a whistle here and a violation. Let's see. Some type of minor foul on the Bears. And possession to UMass Lowell here. Tobin will start it up. Gets it to Brockbank. Brockbank takes it out from behind on the right side of the goal. Passes it out in front. And the shot, really never a hard one by Hannah Rose. And scooping it up quite easily was Erin Tucker for the Bears. Now Brown will attempt to clear. Ground ball, and they're going to call a foul on UMass Lowell, give it back to the Bears. And stepping out of bounds on the sideline there was Bongiorno, turning it back over to UMass Lowell. Riverhawks seem to have picked it up a little bit in intensity here defensively to start the third quarter. They scored the only goal here of the third. It's 10-4 Brown. Our score was 10-3 at halftime. Megan Brockbank has it behind the goal, comes out in front, bounces it in, but they're going to say no shot. Foul. Was it a crease violation? It's a turnover on UMass Lowell. The Bears will get it back, so no goal there for Brockbank. Now the Bears will attempt the clear. Emma Polo gets it to Igneri. Igneri, nice move, loses it, now scoops it back up, takes it inside the restraining line, and the Bears complete the clear. Up top it goes to Camphausen. Camphausen inside the 12, passes it on the right-hand side to Mason. Mason, drop pass behind the goal to Hagerup. Now, nice job there on the left side, circling around, shooting and scoring is Hagerup. And it's 11-4 Brown. Hagerup, the sophomore from Washington, D.C., scores her first of the night. And the Bears increase their lead to 7 once again, 11-4 Brown. As I mentioned, UMass Lowell will finish out their regular season league schedule this Saturday up in Burlington, Vermont, against the Catamounts, a team that they lost to earlier this season, 17-11. UMass Lowell coming into tonight's game off of a win. They beat Hartford 18-10 last Saturday. Center circle once again, draw control up in the air, and it's going to be scooped up by UMass Lowell as LaCourie comes up with it. LaCourie, the leading scorer for the Riverhawks, 33 goals on the year. And she's yet to get on the board here tonight. Bears have done a good job defensively against her. Here's LaCourie making a move all the way out in front, shoots, and saved once again by Tucker. She tried to go low, and Tucker able to get the stick down and come up with a save. So the Bears with possession, and they attempt the clear. Nice pass there to Bongiorno. Bongiorno gets it up ahead to Joyce, and the Bears do complete the clear. Maddie Joyce circles around to the right wing. Now here's Mosenthal. Back up top it goes to Joyce. Joyce gets it behind the cage to Marciano. We have a whistle. I think we had a defensive violation on UMass Lowell. So the Bears started back up, taking it around for the tough angle shot there was Hadjerup, and it's saved by the Riverhawks. Mackenzie Brown came up with the stop. And now UMass Lowell will attempt to clear. They do. Laundry with it. Takes it to the top of the 12. Now passes it on the right-hand side to Tobin. Tobin makes her move to the 8. Back out to the top of the 12. And circles around to the right. Good defense there by the Bears' Maddie Joyce. UMass Lowell looking for a hole in the Brown defense, but it's been tough to find one. And we're going to get a block here on the Bears. I think actually they're going to turn it over. UMass Lowell, excuse me. Bears are going to get possession. We're under 3 minutes to play here in the third. Brown 11, UMass Lowell 4. Each team has scored a goal here in the third quarter. Bears complete the clear as they take it inside the restraining line. Ground ball there. Hadjerup loses it and is going to get called for the foul. And I think UMass Lowell is going to go on the man up here. So Riverhawks will attempt to clear here. And they'll call a bump and a block there on Marciano. Starting it back up is Gabby Terrain. Now they get it on the right side. Here's Tobin. In the corner it goes to Brockbank. Brockbank being denied by Polo. Centering pass out front. Another save there and scooped up by Tucker. Minute 10 to go here in the third. The shot clock is off. And the Bears attempt to clear. And they're going to take their time doing so. They may hold it or try to for the final shot of the quarter. Here's Maddie Joyce with it. Joyce takes it behind the goal for Brown. Flip pass right behind to Marciano. Marciano surveys the scene, looking for cutters. She flips it to Joyce once again. Maddie comes around to the right. 27 seconds to go in the third. Bears being very deliberate here. "17 seconds to go in the third. We're down to 10. Oh, nice pass out front, but the shot by Mason is blocked by Mackenzie Brown. Good stop there by the Riverhawks goalie. And that'll do it for the third quarter here at Brown University. Each team scores a goal in the third, and the Bears maintain their 7-goal advantage. It's Brown 11, UMass Lowell 4. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. We got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how it must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back.
And certainly for Brown University students and student athletes, and you see that welcome back video that was put together back in October, early November, when the Bears were cleared to get out on the field and do some small group socially distanced workouts, and they were so excited, the student athletes, to do that and be together with one another once again, doing the things that they love. And nice to see the Brown women's lacrosse team out here on the field playing for the first time in 408 days. They lead UMass Lowell 11-4 as we head into the fourth and final quarter of action. "15 minutes on the scoreboard clock as the Bears try to pick up a win in their only competition of the spring. But you look at the young talent on this roster, and you got to believe that next spring will be very promising for this team. Warble and LaCoury in the center circle, and this time LaCoury picks up the draw control for the Riverhawks. Dishes it off to Hannah Castor, and here comes UMass Lowell. Castor charges inside the 12, now whips it out on the right-hand side to Eller. Eller gets it behind the cage to Choate. Choate circles around from the left. Up top it goes to LaCoury. Now Notarangelo on the right. Palermo. Palermo takes it up in front. Low bounce shot, scores. Good job there by Alex Palermo. scores her first goal of the night, only her second goal of the season. The sophomore from Reading, Massachusetts, pulls UMass Lowell to within 6, 11-5 Brown. So if the Riverhawks entertain thoughts of coming back and possibly stealing one here at Brown tonight, that was a good start to the fourth quarter. These draw controls will be key for the Riverhawks as well, down 6 with under 14 to play. LaCory and Warble once again in the center circle. Ball high up in the air and scooped up by Gabby Terrain of UMass Lowell. So another possession for the Riverhawks, but a ground ball there is going to be stolen away by the Bears. Back the other way, Auden Elliott gets it up ahead to Mosenthal, but the turnover by the Bears back to UMass Lowell. Here's McLaughlin with it. McLaughlin completes the clear for the Riverhawks. Now behind the cage on the right and circling it out up top. Eller dishes. Laundry takes it back out of traffic and dishes it on the left-hand side to Tobin. Tobin gives it up. Here's Choate. Choate spins, takes it in, and scores! Kate Barrett was looking for a crease violation. Is she going to get it? No. Score of the goal for UMass Lowell. And the Riverhawks pulled to within 5, so terrific start here to the fourth quarter for UMass Lowell. For all you Brown fans wondering where UMass Lowell is, it is located in Lowell, Massachusetts, about an hour and 10 to 15 minutes north of Providence, located in the Merrimack Valley section of Massachusetts, along the banks of the Merrimack River. Lowell and Old Milltown up in Massachusetts. Lawrence, Lowell, Haverhill, Massachusetts, all mill towns located on the Merrimack River. I know that because I grew up in the area. Bears control the draw this time, and that's very important, as they want to stop this UMass Lowell run and kind of regain control of this game if they can. 11-6 Brown with 11:28 to go here in the fourth. There's a steal there and a turnover by the Bears. Here comes Audrey Eller. Eller charging ahead. Now we'll wait for her teammates to join her. Gets it out top to Notarangelo. Notarangelo has it on the left. Pass it up top to Palermo. Now on the right side, here's Laundry with it. Laundry's shot goes wide and out. Choate was nearest to it. UMass Lowell will keep it. Up top, Notarangelo. Trying to split two defenders, can't, so she backs it out up top. Gets the feed. Now loose ball, ground ball, who's going to get it? Riverhawks come up with it. They keep possession with 38 on the shot clock. Notarangelo again up top. Passes it on the right-hand side to Laundry. Laundry just inside the 12, and we have a whistle here. Not sure. Not sure if the Bears had too many defenders inside the 8. Free position here for Laundry. She takes it in, shoots, deflected high by Kate Barrett. Bears come up with it. Bear goalies have done a real good job here tonight in this game. 11-6 Brown, 9.5 to go here in the fourth, as the Bears attempt the clear. Bears able to clear it. It's Mason with it. Mason gets it on the left to Caputo. Now behind they go to Sartori. To Mosenthal. Risa dishes it to Mason. Now they swing it back around to the right. Behind the cage with it, Sartori takes it back out on the right side. Now up top, DeRosa. I checked that. That was Camphausen. And the pass loose. Ground ball picked up by the Bears. Jackie Mason able to come up with it for Brown. Here's Mosenthal. Behind to Sartori. Sartori spins out in front, had it checked away, but we're going to get a foul on UMass Lowell. And now Gabby Sartori will get a free position. And a good scoring opportunity here for Brown. Sartori, the sophomore from Mount Sinai, New York. Makes her move, shoots, and the shot is saved by the Riverhawks. Once again, Mackenzie Brown coming up with a save, but UMass Lowell on the clear turns it back over to the Bears. 7:45 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, Brown 11, UMass Lowell 6. Bears with the clear. Marciano has it. Now flips it to Mosenthal. Risa with 3 goals, a hat trick here tonight. She had 19 in 7 games last year for the Bears. Bears can afford to take their time and be very methodical offensively with the 5-goal lead here in the fourth. Losing possession there was McCarthy, but she's able to scoop it back up finally. Gets it to Maddie Joyce. Joyce. Pass behind the cage is at the feet of Mosenthal, and Risa couldn't handle it. Turnover on the Bears. UMass Lowell comes up with it. Riverhawks attempt to clear. Here's McLaughlin. Takes it across the restraining line. McLaughlin on the run. Now pulls it out on the right. Riverhawks work it around. Pass out front. Stolen away by the Bears. Now Mosenthal gets the feed. And the Bears complete the clear with 6:15 to go, leading by 5 goals. Here's Risa. Takes it in, shoots, scores! 4th goal of the game for Risa Mosenthal. And it's 12-6 Brown. Risa from Campton, New Hampshire, which is up in the mountain region of New Hampshire, not far from actually Ivy League rival Dartmouth College, as a matter of fact. Made her way here to Brown University. And she's been a terrific player for this program these last 4 seasons. (12-6), the Bears up by 6 with 5:27 to go, and you get the feeling that that goal may very well have sealed this one for Brown. Still some work to do here. You don't want to get complacent here. But making it a 6-goal advantage again with now just over 5 minutes to go, that's going to be tough to overcome for UMass Lowell. Every draw control will be of the utmost importance for the Riverhawks, and they win that one thanks again to LaCourie. LaCourie has been kept off the scoreboard here tonight, their leading scorer. She has it on the left. LaCourie, one-on-one, trying to make a move. Shut off. Now goes back in, spins back out, and gets it up top to Notarangelo. Swing it on the right-hand side to Jessam. Back up top, the pass a little bit low. LaCory goes back and scoops up the ground ball. Now loses it. Picked up by the Bears. Brown will attempt to clear back the other way. Mosenthal gets the feed. Takes it inside the restraining line. Inside the 12. Inside the H. He's bumped. And she'll get a free position right at about the top of the 8-meter arc. So a chance here for Risa to pick up her 5th goal of the game. On the whistle, Mosenthal shoots and bounces it over the cage. And it goes out to the Bears. On the left-hand side, here's Caputo with it. Dishes, and the shot there by Igneri is saved by Mackenzie Brown. And now the Riverhawks will try to clear, but only 3:15 to go, and Brown leading 12-6. Good pass up ahead there by the goaltender Brown. And the Riverhawks do complete the clear. It's McLaughlin with it. McLaughlin up top to Jessam. Now they swing it right side to Laundry. Laundry goes to her right, tries to go back to her left, back to the right again, loses possession. The ball kicked out top, and the ground ball scooped up there by the Riverhawks' Caitlin Tobin. Back up top it goes to Abby McLaughlin. Now behind, circling out from behind the cage, but unable to get the shot off was Audrey Eller. Loose ball, scramble on the ground, and there to smother it is Kate Barrett. 2:10 to go. Brown with possession and a 6-goal lead over UMass Lowell. Bears complete the clear. Nice pick up there by Caitlin Igneri. Now Mosenthal loses it, has it poked away, but she'll get the free position. Mosenthal again with a chance at a 5th goal here tonight. With a minute and a half to go. Takes it out in front, shoots, scores! Well, how about that? Risa Mosenthal, the last time the Bears played, scored 5 in the win over Virginia Tech. And we started up 408 days later. She scores 5 more tonight against UMass Lowell. You know, Risa, one of the many talented seniors on this team. We talked earlier about Mason Warble, who's done a great job in the center circle with the draw controls. Not certain as to the status of the seniors on this Brown women's lacrosse team because the Ivy League did make an exception for those who want to attend grad school at their respective institutions. They can maintain another year of eligibility. Furthermore, if you play a spring sport like lacrosse, at Brown, you can still matriculate toward your degree by taking a 9th semester, but that would mean taking the fall semester off next year. So not sure what the intentions are of many of these seniors. This may be their final game in a Brown uniform. It may not. Here's Mosenthal looking for more, and her shot goes wide and out with 13 seconds to go. Bears will try to get one more shot off with 9 seconds, with 8. Here's Caputo. Dishes it out in front. Ground ball scooped up by UMass Lowell, and that's going to do it. Solid performance by the Brown Bears tonight as they really controlled this one from start to finish. They trailed 1-0, down 2-1, but after they trailed 2-1, they went on a 5-goal run and really took control of this game and kept the Riverhawks at arm's distance for the remainder of the night. But just a great night for Brown women's lacrosse to be able to get back out on the field after 408 days without competition. And a big thank you to this UMass Lowell Riverhawks program for coming down here to Providence and playing this game against the Brown Bears. And we certainly wish them the very best of luck when they play at Vermont on Saturday. Folks, that's going to do it for our broadcast on YouTube tonight. Thanks so much to Becky Schonecker, our executive producer of Brown Athletics broadcast. My name is Scott Cardisci saying good night from the Center for Lacrosse and Soccer.